everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today we are looking into the article that's been produced in the Telegraph today. I've left a link for it in the description box, so have a look at that. Nelson Mandela's granddaughters said it's deeply upsetting and tedious that Harry and Meghan keep conflating Nelson Mandela's story to their story, and she's frustrated why they're using the link and why they want to conflate themselves with them. So there's that. So I wanted to have a look into the cards and see if we can find a little bit about how this news has been received in Montecito. Sorry. And yeah, so we're going to look into that. Before I begin, we've just had some new subscribers overnight, so thank you very much for joining us. Pleasure to have you. To everyone who's been here for a while, thank you for your support, and especially to the emotional support coven. You guys rock. Thank you very much for being here, everyone. So let's get into it. So I'm using the Mystical Melodies tarot, and we're going to see how the news went in in Montecito. Let's give it a shuffle. Seven of Wands. They feel like they've been on the attack. They feel like they've been attacked. They feel like this is unfair, that people are just coming for them and people will say things. The Wands is a very fiery energy. They feel like they maybe been caught off guard by this. They weren't especially expecting this kind of rhetoric coming from maybe Nelson Mandela's family. And the King of Swords in reverse. Ooh. So they'll be getting some kind of like, maybe some bad legal advice, maybe some bad advice about how to promote themselves, and it's led to this. Now, interestingly enough, and this is completely off topic, but I was chatting last night in the comments and someone mentioned, I forget the username, but thank you, about Dodi Fayed and Princess Diana links, and maybe he's the one who's bankrolling them. And I looked to see what he signed because I'm desperate to find who the King of Wands is. But he was an Aquarian. He is an Aquarian. So that would fit in with swords. So I don't know if that's any relevancy to this. So what they wanted to do and what they're trying to achieve is set this new narrative about themselves with the star above. The star is a very hopeful card, a very hopeful card. They're trying to seem like they are altruistic, they are these wholesome people, they've been through this adverse time, they've been up against institutions, they're change makers. This is what they want the world to see. What's underneath, they're feeling quite smug. They're like, yes, come out and attack us. Interesting. I didn't think, they feel like they're in an attack, but I'm going to pull cards for Harry and Meghan individually after this. So stay tuned for that. But they're feeling smug all together because this is tying in with what? The King of Swords plan. Fool the risk. There he is. Okay, let me just pull out these cards and let me talk you through them. So I feel like they knew there was a risk with this, with like coming and saying Nelson Mandela's name and like they attach themselves to other people to create this narrative that they are the same. If you know that old adage, wolf in sheep's clothing, but they do kind of like attach, it's like character trait acquisition, as another YouTuber says. They just kind of take over that person's like they like pick up bits of people and say, well, I'm a little bit like this, so X, Y, and so I must be a good person. The Five of Cups that come in the future shows that things are not going to go quite as well as they hoped with this. They have got the major card that they're wanting to play is go back and focus on childhood. There is a lot of lies, deceit, and stuff going on there, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. But this is going to be, they're going back with the Six of Cups to that childhood, to that era when they are younger, and with the Devil above. This is all about control, controlling the narrative. We have got the Page of Swords there, which means they're going to come at what they want. Two things I think this could be. What they're wanting to come out is go out and defend themselves, but it's actually coming from a place of immaturity almost. They've got this big kind of strategy and this grand plan and doing things, but it's actually causing more heartache than it is going to solve. With the Ten of Wands there, the burden is lifted, but it's more like it's going to get dropped. Something's getting dropped. The Five of Cups shows regret and loss and not a lot of introspection, I feel, when we're coming around the Devil energy as well. This is all about control, controlling the narrative, controlling things. Now let's have a look at Meghan, and then let's have a look at Harry. I would say this is kind of playing into their way of doing things. The star narrative above, I reckon that because King Charles will have a new way of doing things. They're really trying to do something here. So, Meghan, Four of Wands in reverse. Interesting. From the starting point, there's this sense that she is rocky foundations, I'd say. Rocky foundations. This has upset her. The feeling attacked. I think this is feeling, she's more feeling upset by this. And it's causing some strife at home and with the marriage. There we have the Knight of Swords crossing. So she feels like this is definitely an attack on her. And with that Swords energy, with the King of Swords crossing the other one, and the defensiveness of it, she's feeling very kind of like attacked and got at. She maybe wants people to come out, and there's the Page of Swords there as well. We're going to get a lot of defensiveness on the internet. We're going to see a lot of people kind of stick up for her, going, well, you know, she can do this and do that, etc., etc. And she didn't quite mean it like that. It's just, and then we'll get the whole she's Princess Diana incarnate stuff, and we'll get a lot of, we're about to get a lot of like kind of bot action, like stuff repeating the same stuff on Twitter all the time, like news sites repeating the same thing. I'd say news sites like magazine sites kind of thing, you know, lifestyle blogs, Twitters repeating the same message, all of them the same. We're going to get a lot of that, and it's kind of a rebuttal of this. See, Temperance underneath. While there's all this going on, this is playing into a narrative that they want to create as well. Because by saying you're not the next, you're not Nelson Mandela, you're still conflating their name with them. In a sense, I know that's a little bit contradictory, but she is offended by it. But on the positive side, we're still getting you to do what we want, which is talk about us. In a sense. Seven of Cups in reverse. We all know that is the gaslighting card. So coming into this, we were being fed and told a load. we were getting a lot of PR. We have been getting a lot gibberish with the Netflix. The Netflix was just a propaganda piece. It was just an advert for Harry and Meghan. That's all it was. It wasn't a documentary. It wasn't a deep dive. It wasn't somebody saying the family did this, and it wasn't objective. It wasn't anything like that. It was just a propaganda, basically propaganda. And we have three of wands there against Page of Cups. So people are not working together and not happy. Okay, all right. Oh, it's not fair. Oh dear. Oh well. She's really actually quite incensed by this. I know they're happy about it. They're happy they're in the news. They're happy they're in the stuff. But she is annoyed. We have got the Four of Wands in reverse there, and underneath is Temperance. You know, all the world is a stage stuff. But we have got Justice in reverse there, and the Three of Swords. That is. So I think Harry might be wounded, but we'll see. All right, okay. How many have we got there? Knight of Wands, boundaries, okay. So the Knight of Swords. So who are they going to be blaming for this then? Who's the Emperor? Yep, it's King Charles. It's going to be King Charles's fault. It's going to be William's fault. We have the Nine of Wands there, which is the Ten of Wands going up to there. So there's a resetting of boundaries. With the Three of Swords, I don't read. They're having this hissy fit where they don't think it's fair. They're quite annoyed by it. I think Harry might be more hurt than her. But we do have the Nine of Cups and Temperance underneath, which shows they are kind of going to be twisting this and using this, and it's actually feeding them in a weird sense. I know that sounds really weird to people, but this is the drama of it all. They're living for the drama of it all. Their emotional attachment and their trauma bonds are just through all of the drama that is going on around outside of them. That's what they live for. That's what they want. They, without having people not to like, they have no kind of wholesome, they have no kind of bond. They need to like be online and just watching people react to them all the time. It's like Instagram on steroids, this. Three of Cups, yeah. He's just thinking it's just gossip. Who's been gossiping? Six of Wands. What he's worried about is his ego is crossing him here. He thinks it's gossip, but what's driving him to think it's people gossiping? It's his ego. Ooh. We've got a lot of swords in these decks, haven't we? Above was the Page of Swords, and that is the Ace of Swords upright. So are they going to start something legally? That's a bit ill-advised here. Five of Cups. Regret. So this has actually, he thinks it's people gossiping, he thinks it's people going against him, when the feeding from this bringing in of culture and making things work and everything is actually not necessarily him. He's quite emotionally bothered by this. We've got the Queen of Swords leaving the situation. So there's while we've had the Seven of Cups, we've got the Queen of Swords there. So there's been some gaslighting, there's been manipulation, there's been gossip here, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. There's been things going on. Then we have the Magician in action. Oh dear, this seems going to be a lot of frustration and a sense of loss coming up. Ace of Cups. he thinks he's on the phone with his mum or whatever, it's in heaven. He's like, yeah, my mum's around me, everything's fine. And we have the 9 of coins surrounding him. So he's kind of, they're up and down so much, Harry and Meghan. They are up and down. And when you're going into these energies, this is just an energy around the response to this. He thinks he's on some kind of mission from his mother. There's a 9 of coins there surrounding, which is like a wealthy, affluent lady, very kind of generous. She's in the garden with her little bird of prey. You know, she's living her best life, and that's what... Oof, unlucky. So overall, I think the response from both of them, he's feeling a little bit more wounded in the initial response than her. What's on her mind, she thinks it's not fair, it's injustice. She's possibly worried this justice card reverse, sorry. She's possibly worried it's going to take away her kind of like woke points, if you know what I mean. I don't know if that's a thing, but it feels like it's a thing. But we have got the 3 of Swords surrounding her, which maybe means that Harry's going in on himself and just focusing on his mammy issues, which is fed by his wife, and it's kind of going on like that. We have got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, so they're going to look out, and they're going to become very unlucky around something. They're worried about luck here. And Death, burning away of bridges, things changing, things not changing how you want them to change, out of your control, but it's karma. When Death's upright, it's kind of like a burning away of some stuff, but you know, it's change. Everyone goes through it. You're reborn. This is like a difficult birth. So yeah, I don't think they've reacted well to it. I think it's feeding into their game. I think they thrive on this negative energy coming in for themselves all the time. I think they really thrive on that. So yeah, there we go. That's what I see. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if there's anything you can see in the cards that you think I've missed. I hope you've enjoyed the reading. Thank you very much for all being here. I do appreciate you guys. Go follow me on Rumble as well. I'm going to start doing Rumble only exclusives, I think. And yeah, so let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks very much for being here, guys. And let me know what you think of the lighting as well. I'm fiddling with that as well. All right, guys. Thanks. Bye. Bye.